I'm Henry Waxman, Chairman of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. President Obama has signed into law historic legislation to provide access to quality, affordable health insurance for all Americans. I want to outline why this new law is so important and what it means for you and your families, whether you have health insurance today or not. Today, Americans spend over $2.5 trillion on health care every year. That's 17% of our gross domestic product. Until health insurance reform was signed into law, there was nothing in place to keep those costs from accelerating out of control. If we had not passed this legislation, in 10 years, the number of Americans without insurance would have increased by 10 million people. Premiums would have doubled to over $25,000 for family policies. That will no longer happen. The new law provides Americans the security that they will always be able to afford and access health care for themselves and their families. The new law delivers immediate benefits to you. Effective this year, for everyone with health insurance, your insurance company will be prohibited from taking away your health care because you get sick and file claims. Lifetime and restrictive annual caps on the amount of care you get will be abolished. And children will be able to stay on their parents' policy up to the age of 26. Children with pre-existing medical conditions cannot be denied coverage. Starting this year, millions of small businesses can receive health care tax credits to help them buy insurance for their employees. And for seniors, effective this year, if you are in that prescription drug donut hole under Medicare, you'll get a $250 rebate to help with your prescription drug costs. Beginning in January, you'll get a 50% discount on brand name drugs. And also next January, preventive care under Medicare will be free, no co-payments or deductibles. The new law builds on what works in our current system of health insurance and reforms what doesn't. If you like your doctor and your current plan, you keep them. If you want more choices, you get them. If your employer does not offer insurance, or if you are a small business person and you want to opt into a system like members of Congress have, where you have the ability to choose your health insurance from an array of options, you'll be able to do so. In addition to the benefits that begin this year, the new law imposes sweeping reforms on the insurance company practices that today are failing our families and our businesses. Starting in 2014, when this whole system is implemented, 32 million uninsured Americans will be able to buy health insurance. No one can be denied coverage for a pre-existing condition or charge more for that insurance. Preventive checkups and tests will be free under your insurance policies. And insurers will be required to spend up to 85% of the premiums they collect on benefits, not administration, overhead, or profits. And they'll have to justify premium increases before they go into effect. The new law also will hold down your health care costs. You will no longer have to fear going bankrupt just because you get sick. And you don't have to be afraid of changing your job or starting your own business and losing your health insurance. If you cannot afford health insurance, millions of American families that do not get health insurance through their employer will receive generous tax credits to help them pay for their coverage. For our seniors, we strengthen Medicare and its long-term viability. We extend the life of the Medicare Trust Fund by 9 years. This new law will help create new jobs. With this legislation, no employer has to make a choice between hiring a new worker or providing health insurance for their existing employees. In addition, health reform is going to be fully paid for. This bill will reduce the deficit by over $1 trillion over the next 2 decades. Health security is a fundamental right for every American. We will remain faithful to the commitments we have made in passing this historic legislation, providing accessible and affordable health insurance for all Americans. Thank you very much.